And finally, before we get to your questions, we have some news to announce.
Commissioner Kathy Engelbert, Commissioner of the WNBA, just announced that starting in 2025, the WNBA Finals format will change.
She didn't just play the game. Caitlin Clark transformed it. She brought millions of new eyes to the WNBA, packed arenas, record-shattering ratings, and electricity that hadn't been felt in decades. But now she's gone. And in less than 48 hours after her playoff exit, the WNBA just changed the rules.
Why?
Because her departure didn't just break hearts, it broke the league. This isn't just about sports, it's about survival.
I knew the atmosphere was going to be electric when they announced Caitlin's name in the dark and the fans went crazy.
When Caitlin Clark's Indiana Fever were eliminated from the playoffs, the atmosphere changed instantly. Ratings plummeted by over 80%. Once packed arenas, now empty shells. The WNBA's golden goose was gone, and panic swept through league offices. That's when Commissioner Kathy Engelbert took the mic and dropped a bombshell.
Staying with the WNBA, playoffs, let's stay here. Let's just say the ratings aren't the same with Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever now eliminated. By the way, not only was viewership down, but attendance was as well.
Starting in 2025, the WNBA playoffs will expand. The finals will go from best of 5 to best of 7. The first round will guarantee the lower seed a home game, and the season itself extended to 44 games, with a new team, the Golden State Valkyries, joining the league. But the question is, are these changes really about growth? Or are they just a scramble to recover from Caitlin Clark's absence?
Getting to go to multiple arenas so that people that are watching at home can see this environment in a multitude of cities. It's amazing. I love it. The growth continues.
Fans aren't buying it. Across social media, the message is clear. We came to see Caitlin Clark. We stayed for the style of basketball she brought. And now, many feel abandoned. The excitement is gone. And these changes? They feel like window dressing on a collapsing structure.
Starting in 2025, the WNBA Finals format will change to a best-of-7 series.
Yes.
And the format will be 2-2-1-1-1.
Fans didn't just want more games. They wanted better games, fair officiating, safer environments. Yet when asked about the officiating crisis, Commissioner Engelbert deflected. Referee training? Accountability? Silence. And that silence is deafening, especially when Caitlin Clark was hammered game after game with little to no protection.
Safe for the fans. It's a benefit for your team. It's played well enough to get into the playoffs. So now that your fans will be able to see your team play at home during those playoffs.
Before Caitlin, WNBA games struggled to reach 300,000 viewers. With her, 2 to 3 million per game. Now, back below 500,000. Attendance fell, merchandise sales slowed, and engagement vanished. The WNBA thought it had a new era, but that era walked off the court with number 22.
With the increased attention this year, there's also been increased scrutiny about the quality of refereeing. Curious if there has been any conversation about whether it's referee pay, referee training, anything to ensure that is as good as it can be.
Many believed the WNBA was ready to market a new rivalry. Clark versus Reese, Clark versus Wilson. But instead, the league seemed confused, hesitant, even divided. Accusations of favoritism, racial undertones, and fractured locker rooms began to surface. And with all that smoke came fire. The fans saw it. The players felt it. And now, the damage is undeniable.
And the one thing as a very long-term sports fan I know is that officiating and refereeing is always at the top of a fan's list, of the media's list. Obviously, not every, they're humans.
Multiple sources say the WNBA knew this moment was coming. That without Clark, their TV deals, sponsorships, and revenue projections would collapse. But instead of addressing the cracks, refereeing, marketing, internal divides, they gambled and lost.
Came to see Caitlin Clark tonight.
Oh, gotta watch number 22.
I've been watching Caitlin for a couple of years, and since then I've dreamed about coming to a game.
Let's not forget, more games also means more wear and tear. In a league where stars already play overseas to make ends meet, stretching the season could be catastrophic. Is this really growth? Or just overexposure at the cost of the very players fans came to love?
White and white, one black. And so we have that moment with these two. But the one thing I know about sports, you need rivalry. That's what makes people watch. They want to watch games of consequence between rivals. They don't want everybody being nice to one another.
Here's the truth. Caitlin Clark brought hope. She brought change. But the league's failure to protect and promote her properly is a cautionary tale. If the WNBA can't adapt to what fans truly want, fair play, better coverage, and real star power, it risks losing everything she helped build.
I noticed when you're asking about Caitlin a lot, you bring up other rookies as well.
No league's ever about one player. That player could get hurt or whatever. So I think it's just to give recognition that in sports, people watch for compelling content and rivalries. And you can't do that alone as one person.
And here's the most chilling question. What if Caitlin Clark doesn't come back next season? What if she takes her talents elsewhere? Overseas? Or off the court entirely? Would the WNBA survive that blow? Or would it finally collapse under the weight of its own denial?
And the Fever are going to be over 200,000 higher than the next highest total attendance in league history. Clarkonomics, my friend!
So, what do you think? Are these rule changes a bold move forward, or just desperate damage control? Should the WNBA do more to protect its stars and listen to its fans? Let us know in the comments, hit subscribe, and share this video if you believe it's time for real change.
She's growing to be the face of the WNBA, reason why her presence on court grabs just as much interest as some of the biggest names over in the men's event. The viewership of the regular season saw 54 million people tune in to watch the WNBA, a boost of 170% from last year.
The WNBA is under fire once again. Just days after Caitlin Clark's shocking exit, the league has unveiled a new set of rule changes, and fans are absolutely furious. Why now? Why after Clark is sidelined? Is the league trying to cover its tracks, or worse, distract from something bigger? This isn't just about basketball anymore. It's about safety, respect, and the future of the sport. Stay with us, because by the end of this video, you'll see why millions of fans believe the WNBA is spiraling out of control and why Caitlin Clark's absence might be the final spark that exposes it all.
That's what's called being a consumer. You get to buy what you want to purchase.
The WNBA just dropped a bombshell. New rule adjustments aimed at player safety, playoff length, and officiating protocols. But instead of praise, the league is facing outrage. Why? Because it all came after Caitlin Clark was forced off the court, following a season where she endured more flagrant fouls than any other rookie in league history. 177% more, to be exact.
I don't even know why I would intend to hit anybody in the eye. That doesn't even make sense to me, but no, I didn't. I didn't know I hit her, actually. I was trying to make a play on the ball, and I guess I followed through and I hit her, so obviously it's never intentional. That's not even like the type of player that I am.
These changes aren't being celebrated. They're being interrogated, because the timing is suspicious. Clark's popularity brought in record-breaking viewership, but her exit? It left a crater. Ratings are plummeting. Seats are empty. And suddenly, management scrambles to implement reforms. Feels more like a PR cover-up than actual progress.
They decided that they were going to let her know she was Rookie of the Year with a phone call in Connecticut during a practice before a playoff game. You can't make this up.
And when Clark was still on the court, how did the league honor her? With a phone call. That's right. The most impactful rookie in modern WNBA history didn't even get a ceremony. Just a quick call in a practice gym, right before a playoff game.
Let me speak for every one of those fans when I say I will put my time, my effort, my enjoyment into whatever makes me happy. I enjoy watching her play, and that makes me happy.
Let's be real. These aren't isolated incidents. This is part of a deeper crisis. Poor officiating, no consistent protection for star players, disrespect toward rookies, a commissioner more focused on optics than outcome, and a league that's out of touch with its consumers. Let's not ignore the elephant in the room. This wasn't just about safety. Caitlin Clark's presence ignited rivalries. From Angel Reese to Chindy Carter to Aya Wilson, Clark became the lightning rod for controversy. Was she being targeted? And did the league let it slide to keep things spicy for ratings? So what are these changes? Expanded flagrant foul review powers, stricter penalties for contact above the shoulders, additional playoff games, mid-season tournament talk, all of it coming after weeks of silence when Clark was under fire. What do fans want? Not tweaks, a revolution, real officiating standards, clear protection protocols, marketing that actually honors its stars, and most of all, transparency. Because until that happens, trust in this league will keep eroding. So here we are. Caitlin Clark is out. The league is scrambling. And the fans? They've had enough. This isn't about just one player. It's about the survival of the league. The Caitlin Clark effect was a wake-up call. The question is, will the WNBA rise to the moment or sink under its own denial? What do you think? Were these rule changes just a distraction? Should the WNBA be doing more to protect its stars? Let us know in the comments below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on all notifications so you never miss our deep dive investigations.